There you go,
Alright.
2-2. In the bottom right, last game, it's the green Protoss, Drogo.
And his opponent spawning in the top right-hand corner of the map, the American Hope. Give it up for the Red Protoss and Neve.
Woo!
I'm a little bit biased in the American Hope stuff.
Are you? I couldn't tell.
Oh, yeah, wait, what are those series that I run? I think they all start with the word NA.
No, Breaking Out just starts with B. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, sorry, no, that ends with NA. It's Breaking Out NA.
Oh, okay, that's where I messed up.
Yeah.
Guess going to tomorrow. So the round of 16 is being played out today, obviously. The rest of it, we still have 3 more best of 5s. Apparently everyone's getting ace matches all around so far. But tomorrow is the, everything else, basically, at the end of the tournament. And the winner of this match will face, I believe, TLO just won? I actually just totally forgot.
Well,
It's not
Wikipedia
updated.
tells me that TLO won 3-2 versus
Okay, yeah.
Snoop. And I feel good about my prediction on TLO because I was like, hey, TLO impressed me with that ZVZ versus Scarlet, showing those creative builds.
Yeah, I said I wasn't very confident in Snoots, but he still took it 3-2, and apparently that last game was amazing, so let's check out the VODs if you were watching this series. But the point is, they go on to face that, so it's going to be a PvZ, and they'll at least have a day to kind of mentally prep, and if they find it in them, I guess practice too, if they're not too tired. But who's it going to be?
Good question. Well, we got Neve going for a very interesting scout path, saying, okay, that makes sense. He sees the probe in his own main base and says, okay, based on the time that it took for your probe to get to my base, you're probably not in the cross-spawn position. So he sends his probe from the top left to the bottom right. No, he's not map hacking. No, he's not stream cheating. He's at a live event.
He forgot he was map hacking. He's like, oh, wait a minute, I can just look at here.
Yeah, wait a second.
That makes a lot of sense. So they both know what they're doing, and it's very easy to see these openers. These aren't really meant to be hidden. I guess on like a bigger 4-player map like Ruins, they could be hidden for a while, but... oh no.
Hello?
Yes. Hello?
Oh, I think you cut out for me or something.
Yeah, I definitely felt a lag spike. Hopefully it doesn't continue, because that actually might be because of the storm that's happening right outside, which wasn't supposed to start until 3.
Boy.
So...
Okay, well, Storm,
Ooh,
go away,
jeez.
come again another day. Stalker's coming out from Neve, and yeah, I kind of agree, like, the openings over
Uh-oh.
here so far... Oh,
No, I thought
what?
those 2 stalkers were gonna get that 1 stalker.
I thought you were saying, stream
Oh, sorry.
again.
Specify
Oh,
your
this is a-
uh-ohs!
This is a really weird situation over here. Petit Drogo does get out of there with his Stalkers okay, but so funny, both of these players opening up with the Stalkers rather than the Adepts. This is, again, a bit unusual, but I don't know. Maybe this is like the new Protoss meta that I'm starting to witness.
Also following up with Sentries. Very identical builds here. Very. Mothership Core is the only difference in that Neeb sent his out a little bit, so playing a little, like, dangerous. Again, if those Adepts had been out, they would not have those overcharges to stop them from going to the main base. But it's Stalker versus Stalker, and they're both not really going to find any leeway here.
Yeah, but Neeb being on the high ground does get the first set of shots off on Petit Drogo's Stalkers, and gonna weaken up a lot of the shields on one of the Stalkers, even takes out some more than just the shields. Sentry's gonna be able to move around over here, but I like the fact that Neeb's just taking out these rocks, making it a bit awkward for Petit Drogo to push in, and both of these guys, they're so unbelievably mirrored right now, except for the fact that Neeb is lacking approximately 4 workers.
Yeah, yeah. He did get the Robo a little bit faster, I guess that is the consequence. I mean, yeah, the Nexus is like perfectly timed well.
He also has more army supply, but I'm trying to figure out what that is. Oh, he has 2 Adepts.
Oh, here they are, running through the middle of the
Okay.
map.
There you go. Well, I'm gonna try and get some damage done. We'll see if Neeb sacrifices his Adepts, but honestly, Neeb has not been the player that I have been seeing be super duper sacrificial with his Adepts. He cares about his army units. It's a good place to be in the army of Neeb.
And you still die anyways.
Oh.
He tried.
Well, he tried. Ooh,
Oh,
almost
good
got a
episode.
sentry.
Yeah, that was sick. The Adepts lived.
Oh, yeah, wow. I actually bought time. I was gonna say good force shield, but also good move from the Adepts.
Yep. 2 more depths coming in. He either really wants to get into the natural or something like that to kill a couple of probes, or wants to get that scout. And I mean, the way that the series started off, obviously it got to 2-2, so well done, Nee, but it started off with him getting kind of a little unlucky with the scouting, that second game specifically. The Hallucinated Phoenix of Drogo is getting the scout for him, though, and that was easy peasy. There goes the Hallucinated Phoenix for Neeb now.
Yeah, I actually wonder if the decision to go for the Adepts came off of the fact that Neeb had ended up using those force fields over by those destructible rocks to try and keep Petit Drogo. Oh no, wait, did he use? I think he used force field. Oh man, now I'm trying to remember if he used a force field in one of those sentries and he didn't have energy for Hallucinating Phoenix, but
Drogo?
either way.
Or Neeb?
No, Neeb.
No, he didn't. I think he just got the sentry
Okay.
later.
Okay.
No.
I think I'm overthinking the situation then, but regardless, both these players looking like they could be in a position to grab third expansions, but what is Neeb doing with his resources? He's just throwing down a couple extra gateways. He's really delaying any hints of wanting to expand right now and just pumping out Blink as well as Immortals and Stalkers.
Yeah, a little supply blocked right now, a little fortunate. But it does, I mean, he was the one that abused Ruins with Blink. Laralac, not quite the same abuse. Obviously, there's like a super good ledge here, but he could still make the frontal attack work, which we talked about, you know, and had said that, you know, I think that he could have. It would have been harder, but he could have. With, you know, additional gateways being added on too, I guess that's the way it's going to be. This would have been really cool too. He broke down those rocks so early, it seems like a no-brainer he would get the third base. And he might have been hoping that Drogo would read into that, but Hallucinated Phoenix constantly checking the gateway count, I think tells a different story.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at all of the numbers here, and I think, okay, Neeb is not grabbing an early third expansion, or he's not trying to match the third expansion, so where is he investing his resources into? Well, he's adding on more gateways than Petit Drogo. So sure, he's going to have more warp-ins, he's going to have more units, but I don't know, with Photon Overcharge, he only has, I think, 2 more gateways? 1 more gateway than Petit Drogo. Is that really enough to overcome that plus Photon Overcharge?
Oh, he wants that. He wants that.
Relatively similar.
Oh, he was so close to getting the Militia Core, but there's the return blink from Drogo, loses more Stalkers than I think he wanted. Cannot go past there, but there are also pylons over here, so this is very tough.
Yeah. What does he do in this situation? I mean, knock down the rock, sure, so you have at least another opportunity for attack, but this isn't going to suddenly become easier, especially with the disruptors coming out for Petit Drogo.
Yeah, the Disruptor is going to add a lot to this. Like, the Blink's going to be a lot more difficult to choose for a Neeb. Is, you know, you got to blink back from the Disruptors as well as want to blink aggressively, or just micro-wise, trying to save those Stalkers. But he really is finding a tough time here. You need to start actually breaking down these pylons, start chipping away. He has somewhat of a backup plan with his Dark Shrine, but it's a bold backup plan. Drogo's Observer is right on that army. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, well, because it's right on the army, I feel like he may be able to make something work with that, but Blink Stalkers blink down to the look around. The Immortals for Petit Drogo not participating in the fight at all, though, and Neeb taking a great engagement.
Thank God for those force fields. It makes the army fight go kind of even. The Disruptor needs to be targeted down. Is it on cooldown? Okay, well, never gonna check. It does die. The Observer is also sniped. Almost like focus fired. He wants that for those DTs, but where are the DTs warping in? He's so focused on the micro right now that he still has yet to do it. There they are now. Here they... Wait, no?
Yeah, he's warping him in the Warp
There they
Prism, and yeah, can run them in. And oh, I like the fact that he's going to be able to warp in a massive number because there is no Observer out right now, but Petit Drogo knows this is PvP, and PvP is a dangerous matchup if you don't have an Observer. So
There's
he
5
immediately-
DTs though! Oh,
Hey, he's starting an
dang.
Observer, but you can't have an Observer in 3 or 4, or even 5 different locations at once.
Oh my God, he's losing so much mining time. He might start losing buildings, Nexus even. Oh, these DTs. That snipe on the 1 Observer was beautiful, granted, but it was also just, you know, he needed 3 Observers, 1 for each base, and he did not have any.
Oh man, the Observer is not even heading over to that 3rd expansion, so Warp Prism does get sniped, but the DT is kill off the third-
Neeb, what are you doing? Neeb!
Oh,
The
Neeb.
Bruce!
Okay, well, Neeb throwing away a bit of army supply, which is really important to him right now because he just sniped the 3rd of Petit Drogo, who's probably going to be thinking, man, he just sacrificed a bunch of his army and also invested a lot into those DTs. Maybe I can counterattack him and equalize damage.
Oh, this is turning into a very interesting game. I mean, those DTs look like they're going to slaughter Drogo, like almost tap out time, but honestly, didn't get a lot of probes. The probe count's still, fairly, actually, it's still in favor of Drogo, so look at that. The third base going down is obviously a big blow, because that's a lot, just like, the actual good saturation being gone here. Let's take the income for a second. Starting to go in favor a little bit of Neeb as he transfer over more probes here, but it's
Disruptor tech is the really big thing though that Petit Drogo has that really
true.
worries me for Neeb. Because it can be hit or miss, right? Because those disruptors can get great hits on, but if they flub kind of like that, then hey, they're just sitting ducks for a little bit and they can easily be picked off.
Yeah, but of course, when you get to those counts of 4 or 5 disruptors, and the balls just keep rolling, and it's just going to be harder and harder for Neeb to not have his own disruptors, or at the very least not have like a very powerful army. And he's depending on his Blink Stalkers. They've done so much for him so far, but I think he needs to start thinking about his own disruptors. And I still don't see a robotics bay.
Yeah, there's a disruptor shots and
Oh Jesus!
dancing with fire. In the form of a giant ball of lightning, or a ball of energy, I suppose. Gonna continue to put the pressure on, and he's moving in with some units that don't necessarily have the ability to blink out like his stalkers can.
Yeah, hoping for the blink in, I guess, to his immortals while he's still away from the disruptor.
Oh.
Blink was on cooldown there. How to take that shot? A little unfortunate.
Yeah, 3 stalker kills going in over there. Stalker's gonna be pushing in once again, but even the Archon again, I feel like that's like the Archon, the Immortal, the Sentry, they're all vulnerable units.
This is such a close game. Neeb did take that income, well, we don't have graphs anymore, but he started to take the income just by the tiniest bit, despite being down and probed, just making that saturation a little bit longer, but is evening up as Drogo gets his third back up. And this is just a very even game. Neeb being so aggressive and so confident against Disruptor tech is so amazing. This is what, I guess, really drew everyone's eye to Neeb in the first place, was his confident play, even when he wasn't necessarily taking down the best players.
Yeah, but I'm starting to get a little bit worried. As much as I love the play of Neeb, it's so easy to take one bad disruptor shot, especially when, as you were saying, it's one thing when you're dodging those disruptor shots and there's 1 or 2 or 3, but we're starting to get up to the point of 4 or 5 disruptors, and the Immortals have both gone down.
Oh, he is getting absolutely trounced on this side of the map, but he does have adepts going into the third and the main base.
Oh.
There are only a couple of adepts, though, and they don't even have their upgrades, so Floats of Evercharge's cannon, they're all going to take care of that.
Well, a couple more go into the main base and should be able to take care of at least some of the Zealots. Maybe he can make some damage happen, but he's going to be losing his third almost assuredly. He needs to find some way to deal with this army. I don't know what the answer is going to be, if that's sentries to force field in the stalkers after they blink forward, or what?
Oh, this disruptor tech's really starting to trump here. Like, this is the adepts. Oh, oop, no, I didn't miss anything. The adepts did start doing some probe damage, so it's still like, oh my god, he's gotten into the mineral line so often with DTs and this time adepts, and yet the probe count's still only at 11. Not very impressive kill count.
Yeah, I almost am starting to wonder, like, is this the point where instead of just warping in adepts, you warp in 5, 6 DTs and right-click down the photon cannon and say, hey, no, you can't just rely on photon cannons to deal with the anti-DT defense. Is this that point in the game? I don't know. Can Neeb even afford it? He's starting to get up his own disruptors, so maybe he can just find a way to buy time.
Oh god, he just used blink. Oh jeez.
Oh, disruptor shots.
Okay, he's good. Oh, maybe not.
He's still going to be taking stalker losses every single time.
I think the worst thing about that was that he just revealed what his army looked like, like, he could have maybe, I don't know, been a little more deceitful about, bluff, basically, because he's trying to double expand here, he's trying to get his own disruptor tech, and disruptors can really bring you back into a game, but showing his army strength like that, everything goes a little haywire! Dang! That was almost a lot of disruptors.
Neeb can bring himself back in, because even if he doesn't get the stalkers, he can get the disruptors of Petit Drogo, and that would be an absolutely magnificent win for him.
Oh, just barely dodging out the disruptors of Drogo. Oh, that one, never mind. His own disruptor count was so low and is actually, well, it's basically non-existent now. It's one disruptor. Blinking on top. Oh, Jesus! That's game. That is game.
Petit Drogo is dodging with the stalkers, and it looks like it's gonna be enough. GG gets called. Petit Drogo advancing on to the round of 8 with a 3-2 victory.
Oh boy, I mean, he was up 2-0, so we might, feel like, damn, I deserved that, but Neeb so close to bringing that back, especially with that he looked like he wasn't going to, and then he looked like he did, and there were some mistakes, and just a roller coaster of emotions.
That is PvP in a nutshell.